Hello and welcome in to Divination Rainbow. Thank you for joining in today. We're going to be looking at a message from your guides and what it is they need you to see at this time. Then we will be going into how the energy is shifting. All right. I hope you are having a good day so far. So let's take a look and see what it is your guides need you to see at this time. All right, interesting message coming through here. Looks like you have been seeing some changes around you and having some thoughts and ideas about how to make things better in your environment, not just for yourself, but for those that you are responsible for. Whether this is a situation where you are a leader in a workplace environment, or whether this is a situation where you are a leader at home, I definitely see a strong leadership energy coming through. Someone who is not only the person who goes out and provides, but also a protector and an individual who is responsible for making sure that others are not only provided for, but also up to what they should be up to, doing well, I would say, making sure that others are doing well. And because of all of that responsibility that you have, it is important for you to be able to look at things with an eye of discernment. I see you being someone who goes within and potentially even spends a lot of time with prayer, in prayer. Excuse me. But this has allowed you to become more in touch with your intuition and at the same time a more grounded individual. You've been going through some changes recently that have put you in a little bit of a spotlight where it's kind of like people are watching and you know it, but it's an opportunity and a time to grow, I'm hearing. And this is something that is spiraling, but it's spiraling upwards in a good way. And it's something that you care very deeply for and have spent a lot of time and effort putting in work on your self image, the way that others perceive you as this provider and this caretaker. But that's something that you don't necessarily always show because you have also an air of wisdom, spirituality, integrity, but also knowing, inner knowing. And this has put you at a point now where, like we said, things are starting to feel like it's spiraling, but it's spiraling upwards in a good way. So there's a lot of forward momentum in your life at this time. And it's very likely that you're being faced with a lot of different options and you're having to go with your gut and trust your intuition on what is going to be the best for you and this group of individuals that you take some responsibility for. All right. So let's go a little bit further in for you. If that sounds like you, I want to see what is shifting in the energy around you at this time and what we need to see. All right, please allow us to see what is shifting in the energy. Hmm. Interesting. Hmm. So, right off the bat, I see someone here wanting to bring a little bit more balance and a little bit more of a sense of stability and calm into their life, especially the home life. All right. Maybe someone who is used to being the provider, used to always being, like we said, the one who's responsible for others, now in a situation where you're looking to see if there's going to be someone else who's stepping up here, but it is leaving you, excuse me, my throat chakra, it's leaving you disillusioned at this time and feeling a little uneasy. Things around you maybe even feeling a little bit mystical. And it could be because of that upward spiral of energy that's already started around you that may not be fully in motion in 3D yet. But a lot of abundance is coming in and success. You don't see that yet though, because you may be in a time right now of a little bit of lack in a way and needing some rest from putting in all of this hard work. Maybe the lack is just a lack of energy, being very depleted. Turning the corner here, we see that you're ready to start out and have a little bit of a new opportunity and a new beginning here. Something that you've taken the time to study and learn about, and now you're ready to take action. And it may be having to cut some ties and leave some things behind. And I see that as being a little bit of a moment of cleansing tears, knowing that it's time to go, or that this journey is changing in a way that some things are shifting out so that it's making space for other things to come in. Yeah, and once again, we're seeing here it could be causing this illusion of lack. It could be causing a little bit of a fear to hold you back from taking that next step. But we do see you being very ready here to take action. All right. And able to kind of see through that illusion in a way, being enlightened to that illusion. But still, that lack mentality, for some reason, that is what is creating this feeling of being stuck. hmm Yeah, it's creating this feeling of being stuck in a way that could even be causing a little bit of negative thinking or fear. And it's time for a new beginning. It's time to start fresh. It's time to put that in the past so that you are able to bring in the things that are meant to happen now. Having been responsible for so many things for so long, sometimes it can be difficult when things are shifting in a certain way, whether it's responsibility that's shifting or just individuals who are part of a household, part of a group, part of a collaborative network, potentially shifting out. I see it being potentially a little bit of a change that you need to give yourself some grace. Being a leader, certainly having strength, it's okay to also lead with a soft strength and at times acknowledge your own humanity. Okay. So that's a message definitely for someone. As these transitional times take place, just bear in mind that you are able to do hard things and that by showing your emotional vulnerability in some ways when it feels right and when it's safe to do so, you're actually being strong and you're showing strength in that moment. And what we don't see here is forward movement. So this is going to be something that's coming in quickly, okay? And it's building up a momentum. And I'm seeing another cat here. So there's two here where we started off at the beginning with just the one. So even though it seems like at a time going through maybe something a little bit lacking and not quite sure how that's working out, it actually ends up bringing in even more stability, even more of a companionship, and just growing your tribe even more. Like we were saying earlier, sometimes it's necessary to have some things spiraling up and out, okay, to make space for the new. And that is definitely the energy that is coming through here. Sometimes it can feel like a balancing act, but it certainly is one of those times of transformation when mind over matter is going to be what sees you through to the finish line. And these changes could be happening around the next full moon from the time you're seeing this reading. There's definitely some mystical energy, also some full moon energy, cycles completing, okay? And maybe things that are already working and going on behind the scenes that you don't quite see yet. I also see quite a bit of Saturn energy here. And it's like a realization in a way of being able to see through the illusion of lack, being able to take a step back, introspect, withdraw, to be able to collect your thoughts, to be ready for the road ahead with courage, knowing that you're able to use your discernment to see through certain things that may be projections of something that requires some inner child healing for some, or it could just be a certain sense of wanting to display the best version of yourself at all times to this community that we're speaking of when we're talking about these responsibilities. But that just goes back to the message earlier of knowing when to show that vulnerability is a way of standing in your power and showing your strength. And you're ready. The road is unwinding before you. It's just going to require some courage, some open mindedness, and open communication for some. But you can do this. You're already so good at balancing so many things. And as you transform, you grow. Some May energy here with this lily of the valley. So, that's certainly the message for today, my friends. And I am so grateful that you took the time out to take in this message. If you found any of the information helpful or entertaining in any way, I'm even more grateful. And until the next one, please do take good care of yourself.